Good evening. This is my second attempt now to start this week's parashah shiur. So for parashah's Qedushim, I'm going to go off the usual topic of finding a comment in the Meshech Chachma to discuss. Because parashah's Qedushim, the title pasuk of parashah's Qedushim and the medrash on this pasuk is a core teaching of from the Rav Shimon Shkop from the introduction to Shaarei Yosher. So given that I have an entire book on the subject, I thought it would be more fun for me to share some ideas from the book rather than preparing something separately from the Meshech Chachma. So the first, Rav Shimon opens by explaining what it is we're on this world to do, and he says that it's lehitiv mazulas, to bring benefit to others, and that this is walking in Hashem's footsteps. V'alachta b'drachav, to go in his ways, which Chazal teach us and the Rambam repeats, means to emulate those of his midos that he displays for us to emulate. So just as he is compassionate, mahu rachum, or mahu nikra rachum, as he is called compassionate, so too we must be rachum. Just as he is just, we should be just. So that is v'alachta b'drachav, to go in his way. Then he says, v'ludati, and to my mind, kol inyan zeh, this entire topic, nichlal b'mitzvah Hashem shel Qedushim Tihyu. All of this idea that Rav Shimon's been discussing until now, is included in the mitzvah of Hashem of Qedushim Tihyu ki Qadosh Ani. Be holy, for I am holy. That's the pasuk that gives the parashah its name. In a medrash Vayikra, over in Parshas Emor, in the medrash in Vayikra, it says, Yachol kamoni, could it be like as holy as me, as God? Talmud Lomar, ki Qadosh Ani, Qedushah l'mala mi Qedushah. So the medrash in Vayikra Rabbah says that my holiness is higher than the holiness of a person. So even though it says ki Qadosh Ani, for I am holy, it doesn't mean an equivalence of our holiness to God's. Yisod mitzvah zeh shel Kedusha, the foundation of this mitzvah of holiness, Isa b'Toras Kohanim, we have in Toras Kohanim in the Sifra on our pasuk, Qedoshim Tihyu, Purushim Tihyu. This is a very famous because the Ramban deals with it. Qedoshim Tihyu, be holy, Purushim Tihyu, be separate. For Rambam Zal, this Ramban that I was mentioning, Perush ala Torah, Herich levar inim perishos, Ha'amar b'mitzvah zu. He spends a great length. He just explains at length the principle of avoidance or separation, as is stated in this Mishnah. Shehu le'israchek min hanaos v'tanugim yiserim, avoidance of excessive comfort and pleasure. Afal pi she'masim she'enam asurim alanu, even when they are not actually prohibited pleasures. But shiur mavlit, with an illustrative statement, Omer Ramban says, it's possible for somebody to be disgusting even within the technical framework of Torah law, even with the permission of the black letter law. Obviously, this pasuk is saying that even though there's no specific law in the Shulchan Aruch against being a glutton or against being what's the word I'm looking for? A hedonist, as long as the food is kosher and one's relations are with one's spouse, still that is not quite what it means by Qedushim Tihyu. Now the Rav Shimon Shkop, so it's very common for people to say, based on this medrash and based on the Ramban's elaboration of this medrash, that the definition of Kedusha is to separate. The Kedusha is a form of havdalah, of separation. Rav Shimon doesn't understand this. He says, according to this, according to this, how do we possibly understand the medrash? How can we say in the concept of avoidance here, that we'd be similar to HaKadosh Baruch Hu? That about this, the verse will tell us, Shelo kein ratzon yisbarach, that it's not his will. Shaarei omer yachol kamoni, because it says, can it be like me? Talmud lamar ki Qadosh Ani, Qedushasi l'malam min Qedushashem. We are imitating God's holiness, but His holiness is still greater than ours. Yosher koshel havin mashem masik Qedushasi l'malam min Qedushashem. It's very hard to understand this idea. My sanctity is higher than yours. Demuvan ze oleinu lavin. It is incumbent upon us to understand this explanation. There has to be some similarity in what it means for a person to be holy and for Hashem to be holy. Except that his is greater. So it should be the same in kind, but less in degree. If we say the essential idea of holiness that He demands of us is to distance ourselves from the permissible, it's ridiculous to talk about Hashem being separated. I mean, it's one thing for a person to be caught up in physical pleasure and therefore not pursuing some higher goal. But obviously Hashem doesn't have such problems. Why would parashah be the definition of Kedusha if it's something that applies to God? Therefore it seems, according to my limited understanding, that this mitzvah includes the entire foundation and root of the purpose of our lives. Our actions, all our actions and our toiling and our effort should constantly be consecrated to benefiting the community. We shouldn't use any act or movement. That doesn't have in it some element of helping someone else. And therefore it should be understood that all Kedusha is being set apart for an honorable purpose. So according to Rav Shimon, the essence of Kedusha is the preposition. What do I mean by that? When a couple gets married, I hope she eventually watches this video. When a couple gets married, right, the man says, Harei at mekudeshet li, right? And the verb there is li, to me, right? Here you are sanctified to me, right? We have in our pasuk, Qedoshim Tihyu, sorry, not our pasuk, another pasuk. V'atem Tihyu li, you should be for me, mamleches kohanim, a nation of priests. The essence of being separated is not the separation itself. It is the honorable purpose. It is the lead, the to, the for something. Havdalah for something, Havdalah to be consecrated for a given cause, that is Kedusha. And the essence is on the cause. So Hashem Yisparach only has one goal. Everything He does is one. So He only has one goal and one purpose. And therefore, He has a Kedusha that is greater than ours, even without this notion of separation. Because Hashem doesn't have to worry about being distracted by shiny baubles or pursuit of women or food or power or what have you. But for us, it's a consecration, right? It's not a call to asceticism. It is a call to have a purposeful and meaningful life, which in Rav Shimon's worldview is a commitment to bring God's good to other people. As I said, v'halachta b'drachav, to emulate God, is to emulate the midos that He asks us to copy. So similarly here, Qedoshim Tihyu ki Qadosh Ani, be consecrated to the goal of benefiting others, just as Hashem, I am consecrated to the goal of benefiting others. Now, Shimon points out, how do we know that Hashem is committed to benefiting others? Because he can't possibly be acting to benefit himself. Hashem has no benefits. If Hashem acts, it has to be to the benefit of others, and that is single-mindedly, so to speak, Hashem's sole purpose. So to that extent that we can do that, and we can't do it to his degree, right? Yachol Kamoni could it possibly be like Hashem, but still, to the extent that we can consecrate all our actions to being meitiv others, to bring good to others, to emulate him and his holiness, we could be benefiting. But we shouldn't. I just want to read the next paragraph. V'inei sha'adam miyashar lechosav v'shoev tamid v'shoev shetamid yiyu darchei chayav mukdashim la'klal. When a person straightens his path and strives constantly to make his lifestyle dedicated to the community, az kol masha oseh, then everything he does, gam la'atzmo, even the things that you do for yourself, lavras gufo, for your personal health, v'nafsho, or mental health, hu mityaches gam kein al mitzvahs Kedusha. That also becomes associated with the mitzvah of being holy. Shal yidei zeh, for through this, yetiv gam l'rabim, you can also provide benefit to others. Shebetovaso la'atzmo, the good things that he does for himself, who meitivim harabim atzrichim lo, he can thereby bring benefit to others. So, what is Rav Shimon saying here? Rav Shimon saying that Prushim Tihyu, the Rambam's idea that one shouldn't become disgusting with the permission of the Torah, a novel b'shus Torah, does not exclude having fun. However, the having fun can't become an end in itself. You have to be able to have fun to maintain your own health, your own sanity. You get your rest, your relaxation. These things are all for the purpose of being more able to help others. And if you live a life where the big picture is to help others, then even the pleasures that you take for yourself, they're part of that big picture, and they too are holy. Avol, however, imunene hana'a min sug hamutarios, sheinam drushos lavros gufo v'nafsho. But if he derives benefit from some kind of permissible thing that he isn't needed for the health of his body or his mental clarity, it's not rest and relaxation. It is because I like chocolate cake. That benefit, Hana'azu, that benefit, she neged Qedusha, it is in opposition to holiness. Shabazehu meitiv la'atzmo, he is benefiting himself, l'rega, for the moment, l'fi demyono, as he imagines it, because such pleasure is not to your benefit in the long run. V'ulazulazo ein shum toelas, and it has no benefit, no purpose for anyone else. Val pi derech zeh, according to this, according to what we just explained, inyan mitzvah shel parashos, the mitzvah of parashos, of avoidance of temptations, hu tamtzis miyasod mitzvah kedusha, is essentially the same as the underlying basis of holiness. Hanikeres b'poel b'darchei hanhaga shel adam, which can be seen in the actions of a person. Of a barayon u'sh'ifas ruach misrachekes mitzvah, but with insight and the calling of spirituality, this mitzvah broadens gam al kol mif'alav, on all his actions, u'masav shel adam gam beino v'vein hamakom, also between him and the omnipresent. So he's saying that this commitment to bring benefit from others even not only includes your mental health, not only includes your entertainment, but even includes your tefillin and your esrog. Every mitzvah that you do, even beino levein hamakom, it is in order to take care of yourself and your own soul so that you could be committed to benefiting others. So Kedusha is what to Rav Shimon? Kedusha is separation from everything else because you are single-mindedly committed to benefiting others. And everything else is either part of that big picture, or you're going to separate from it as part of the mitzvah, not as part of the definition of Kedusha. So Kedusha is commitment to benefiting others. It is imitating Hashem, ki Qadosh Ani, Qedushim Tihyu, ki Qadosh Ani, be holy for I am holy. And what's called? And the everything else we do, even the mitzvahs beinam lamakom, this is an amazing statement, is part of that bigger picture. So to him, everything boils down to, everything is a handmaiden to the mitzvahs beinam lachavero. I hope you found that enlightening. Maybe some of you found it challenging. Definitely it could have been entertaining. I will post in a comment on this video, I will post a link to chapter 1 of Widen Your Tent of my book, which has the full text of the introduction to Shaarei Yosher. What we just did was selections from section 1.1, which is the first paragraph in the original printing of the Akdama to Shaarei Yosher. Have a great evening. I will not wish you a great Shabbos because I'm hoping on tomorrow to do another smaller selection from Shaarei Yosher on the subject of V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. So if I do, then I'll wish you a good Shabbos then. And if I don't, here's a good Shabbos now. Keep it in your pocket in case it's necessary. Have a good one.